Good morning. This is my presentation on existential psychotherapy. Existential therapy developed out of the philosophies of Friedrich Nietzsche and Soren Kierkegaard. As one of the first existential philosophers, Kierkegaard theorized that human discontent could only be overcome through internal wisdom. Later, Nietzsche further developed the theory of existentialism using concepts such as the will to power and personal responsibility. Other known existential philosophers were Martin Heidegger and Jean-Paul Sartre. However, it was Viktor Frankl, Rollo May, and Irving Yalom who brought existential therapy into the mainstream through their writings and teachings. Here are the basic concepts or viewpoints of existential psychotherapy. Existential psychotherapy is not a specific technique or set of techniques, unlike the other psychotherapies. It is more philosophical in nature. Existential psychotherapy is a philosophy about the human nature. Its proponents have not advocated specific training institutes because its presupposition can underlie any form of therapy. In existential terms, the conflicts individuals experience are regarding the given of existence. From the existential perspective, deep conflict means the most fundamental concern at that moment. Existential psychotherapy focuses on issues central to human existence. It is basically an experiential approach to therapy. It is based on a personal relationship between client and therapist. It stresses personal freedom in deciding one's fate and places primary value on self-awareness. In existential therapy, the therapist understands the client's subjective world. He or she encourages the clients to accept personal responsibility. When clients blame others, therapist is likely to ask them how they contributed to their situation. In existential therapy, the emphasis is not to dwell on the past, but to use the past as a tool to promote freedom and newfound assertiveness. By coming to the realization that they are neither unique nor destined for a specific purpose, the person in therapy is able to release the obligatory chains that may have been preventing them from existing in fullness from moment to moment. Clients, on the other hand, are challenged to take responsibility. The major themes in therapy sessions are anxiety, freedom and responsibility, isolation, death, and the search for meaning. When clients are assisted by therapists in facing life with courage, hope, and a willingness to find meaning in life. Individuals who respond to treatment tend to find meaning and purpose in their lives and often experience heightened self-awareness, self-understanding, self-respect, and self-motivation. The realization that they are primarily responsible for their own recovery often increases the likelihood that people in treatment will see beyond the limits of a therapy session and view recovery as a therapeutic process. As with the other psychotherapies, the relation between therapist and client in existential psychotherapy is important. The therapy is a journey taken by the therapist and the client. The person-to-person relationship is key. The relationship demands that therapists be in contact with their own world. The core of the therapeutic relationship is respect and faith in the client's potential to cope and discover alternative ways of being. And the therapists share their reactions to clients with genuine concern and empathy. It is important to remember that existential psychotherapy is not technique-oriented. The interventions are based on philosophical views about the nature of human existence, and it is free for draw techniques from other orientations. The core of this therapy is the use of therapist self. Existential psychotherapy is especially appropriate for clients who are struggling with developmental crisis, identity and adolescence, coping with disappointments in family and career, grief counseling, coping with physical limitations as one ages, low self-confidence, feelings of inadequacy, stress or tension, and social anxiety. Overall, existential psychotherapy is a style of therapy that places emphasis on the human condition as a whole. It uses a positive approach that applauds human capacities and aspirations while simultaneously acknowledging human limitations. And it shares many similarities with humanistic psychology, experiential psychotherapy, depth psychotherapy, and relational psychotherapy.